Good morning. It's day 9 for me back on the PCT. It's about 7:15. I'm just leaving my little tent site at Cedar Camp. There were some wicked thunderstorms last night. I probably went to sleep around 8 and woke up again around 10 o'clock, and the thunderstorms probably kept going until about 11:15 maybe. Really loud thunder and lightning, really heavy rain. I stayed perfectly warm and dry inside my tent, which was great. It's funny, I actually looked at 3 different sites for my tent last night. The first one I thought looked a bit lumpy, so I didn't stay there. The second one looked really flat, but I thought it might be in a little bit of a dip, so I decided not to stay there, and I'm really glad I didn't, because if I'd been in that dip last night, I probably would have got quite wet. This morning I'm just walking 9.5 miles, about 15 k's, to the ranger station, and from there I'll take the bus to Stehekin. I'm going to do laundry and shower this afternoon, grab some food at the bakery, and just kind of chill out. Hopefully I can get my hands on some Wi-Fi and send a message home and get an updated weather forecast, because when I checked the weather forecast at Stehekin Pass, it said it wasn't going to rain until tomorrow, but the fact that it poured down with rain last night, obviously something's changed. So it'd be good to see if that rain that we got last night was the rain we were expecting on Monday, or whether there's more coming as well. Hi guys, I can't say good morning because it's 3:10, but it's day 10 on trail. Got to Stehekin yesterday, had some food with Little Red at the restaurant and chilled out for the night. This morning I got convinced by Slip and Slide and Pop Tart that I should be lazy and only walk 5 miles out with them today, so caught the 2 o'clock bus back to the trail. Now it's 3:10 and we're just heading out. Yeah, I got just under 5 miles, 7.8 k's to the campground, and then that's it for today. This is the final stretch, heading up to the Canadian border. I still don't have a Canadian entry permit, so I will be touching the border and then heading back to Harts Pass, but I'm really looking forward to this stretch. So we did our 5 mile walk and ended up here around 5 o'clock, I think. I've walked today with Slip and Slide and Pop Tart, who I've been walking on and off with for the last few days. That was really cool. We've set up our tents under a bit of heavy vegetation, and currently our tents are completely dry, even though it's been raining pretty much since 5 o'clock. Still not sure what I'm doing over the next few days. I think I'm probably just going to try and do a marathon a day for the next 4 days, and I'll be done then on Friday, which should be good. It is going to rain, I think, pretty much every day between now and the end of the trail. Currently, I think it's about 6:30. I had a sandwich and half a jar of Nutella for dinner. And I've got 5 days food in my bag, but I'm going to make it last 4 days, so I'm going to eat like a king for the next few days, so really looking forward to that. But for now, I think I'll jump into my sleeping bag and get warm and dry, and Slip and Slide's pulling stupid faces at me. Read my book for a bit, I guess. Good morning. It's day 11 for me back on the PCT. I'm just leaving Bridge Creek Campground, where I stayed last night with Pop Tart and Slip and Slide. I've left them there this morning, and I'm heading off by myself today. I've kind of planned on doing 4 marathon days, which will get me to the border on Thursday and then back out to Harts Pass on Friday. It also means that I get to eat like a king for the next 4 days because I have 5 days food, and I'm looking forward to that. I've been really hungry. I feel like I've been more hungry than I was on the Appalachian Trail, so it'll be nice to have that extra food to eat. This morning for breakfast I have a cinnamon roll from the bakery that I bought yesterday. I'm really looking forward to that. I expect it's going to be pretty messy to eat, so hopefully I can eat it before the trail gets difficult. I'm pretty much heading uphill for the next 20 miles. And then down the other side a little bit to find somewhere to camp tonight. It wasn't raining when I set out this morning, but it's been raining pretty constantly most of the last hour or so. I just stopped under a patch of trees to put on my long sleeve thermal top. My raincoat is pretty good at keeping the rain out, but I'm certainly a bit damp inside, and it's pretty chilly this morning. Even walking up the hill, I was a bit cold, so put on the thermal top and keep the fleece nice and dry, so that later on today when I get warm and dry in my tent, I've got that as a layer to put on, and then I guess to keep just plodding along in the rain. I've been only going for about 2 hours now, I think. I'm trying not to look at my watch too much because it makes the day go slowly. Just a really gentle uphill. So I just walked past the PCT 2600 mile marker, and I haven't walked 2600 miles this season, but it's pretty cool to mark that spot on the PCT. For me, I've walked a little over 200 miles on the PCT so far this year. Yeah, not really much else to say about that. I've got about 1 kilometre to go before I get to where I'm hoping to make camp tonight. There's a bridge over Mathers Creek, which is down to my left, and there's a tent site with room for 2 tents where I'm hoping to camp. I am open to the possibility that those 2 tent sites will be flooded or dish-shaped or full. In which case I'll have to just pick up some water and keep walking until I find another tent site. I've passed up a few good ones so far, but I would like to get down to the creek tonight if I can. That'll put me at about 48 kilometres for today, which I think is about 28 or 29 miles. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've been walking for about 10.5 hours now. So pretty good mileage. It's been really cold today. When it started raining, I put on my long sleeve merino and my raincoat, and I've pretty much kept those on all day, even when it hasn't been raining. The raincoat's just provided an extra layer of warmth. My hands are a little bit cold. I do have a pair of gloves in my bag, but they're not waterproof gloves, they're just polyprop. And I think that if they get wet and cold, then they won't be any use to me on my hands anyway. So I've just been keeping my hands inside the end of my jacket, and that works pretty well.